Sorry. Let's try this again. Sorry. Forgot to turn the mic on. Ran up here last minute. I was out of breath. All right. Here we go. Tommy Shea.
Make sure that it got turned down on the thing. Just talk and see if
Tommy Shea. We got THR Bob.
It's red on there.
We're good. No. I didn't touch it. We got Nico. We got Thomas Kimberly. Eric. It's always like that.
No, it shouldn't be like that.
Mel's doing good.
No, you're not good. Stop. It's all the way up.
Why did it do that?
Well, you should be at 7.
All right.
Level's way too
Check. Microphone check. Eric Davis, what's up, my brother? I hope you're feeling all right with that wisdom teeth being yanked. Hey, stop.
It's so bright.
Mel's coming in here, jacking everything up. Get back downstairs before you get a spanking.
If it wasn't for me, this whole video would have no sense.
I forgot the sound. I ran up here last minute. All right, back to it. Brian Spurgis. What do I even? That's not. Why did I say Spurgis? I didn't say your name right, dude. Sorry. Big Brian, my brother. Nico Vidovsky up in here early tonight, my brother. We got Chris. We got Monroe. Kenny Gust, my man from Australia. we got nobody. Oh, what happened there? Danny B, what's up, my brother? Yes, sir. Oh, he's on a plane. That's sweet, but he's here. That's pretty cool. He's on a plane. Safe travels, my brother. Jacob, what's up? All right, we got everybody's up here. Monster Racework. We got Trent. What up? Big Feist. We got the whole crew here. And Michael from all the way from Scotland. Well, what up? Well, cool, man. I'm glad everybody's here. Glad I got the mic turned on so you guys can hear me. Like I said, I ran up here last minute. Didn't realize 7 o'clock rolled up on me so quick. Had to go grab a hat. Sat down. My hair was looking fro-daddied out. But we're looking good. It is Monday night, 7 p.m. We do this. We call it Moto Mondays. Let me get this popping for you guys. We do this every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time. We talk moto. We talk bike setup. We talk freestyle. We talk racing. We talk anything moto related. So if you're first time here, thanks for hanging out. And the way we do it is because we get a lot of people in here. We get a lot of people just hanging out, talking. The way I like to do it so I can find your question from the comments is put the little question marks in, and then I'll know it's a question. Otherwise, I'll scroll right by it, and I try not to skip people's questions. But I always scroll to the top, and I'll start. But a couple quick things going down. You want to just stay up on everything we're doing. Make sure you follow me at Ronnie Faisst, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. It's actually Ronnie Faisst at RFMX on Facebook, but everything else is at Ronnie Faisst. But we do have the California class, first RFMX class. Hey, Happy New Year too. This is the first Moto Monday in 2021, so Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a good New Year, had some family time. So the 2021 RFMX classes are kicking off. First one's going to be in Southern California. So the first 3 are going to be there. January, February, March, obviously because of the weather here in the Midwest. We're going to be in Southern California. And the first one, we're going to be at Lake Elsinore Motocross Park. It is January 30th. It's same thing, semi-private class. 5 riders for 5 hours, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And get signed up. If you want to get signed up, or if you want more info on the school, go to ronniefeistmx.com. Put it up today on the site, and we sold 3 out already real fast. And now we only got 2 spots left. It's 5 riders for 5 hours, so there's only 2 spots available. So if you're in the area, I know Danny B signed up already. Saw him. He was actually the first one. Jumped on it quick. So stoked. He was at our last class we did out there at Fox Raceway. So stoked to have him back. And so I decided to go to Elsinore. And the reason I decided to go to Elsinore this time is because I don't know if you guys have been following Elsinore, but they look like they're doing a really good job prepping it now. They've been ripping it, and it looks like it's forming good lines. But I think Lake Elsinore will be a little bit less busier than Fox Raceway. Fox Raceway, think about it, we do a class on a Saturday, so on the weekends, a lot of people want to ride. That's probably one of the most popular tracks out in Southern California, and to get a lot of people out there. So I figured it'd probably be a little bit easier with less traffic out there. So that's why I'm switching to Elsinore. I'm thinking more people would probably go to Fox Raceway on a Saturday. So we at Lake Elsinore, still a good track, get good lines, and we're going to be able to do everything that we're able to do there. So looking forward to that class. So yeah, check it out, Ronnie Faisst MX, if you want to get signed up. And before we jump in, check it out. We talked a little bit last week. Let me find the thing. Talked a little bit last week about the Supercross schedule. So before we jump in and start taking questions, and I'm still here. Backstage pass, yo. Hiding out. But don't worry, I'm here chilling. So check it. Let's just look at this schedule real quick here. Because we talked a little bit about last week. Here, Mel said I could do this. If I can find how to do it, watch this. Boom. So can you guys still see me a little bit? But now it makes it hard for me to read because I made it so small. All right, but I was trying to get my head still on the schedule so you can see me. All right, so it's looking like, I'm gonna scoot over for a second. So check it. So look at this. This is probably one of the most unique Supercross schedules, but obviously it's because of COVID. COVID's got everything jacked up. California's going back into lockdown, so there's no even West Coast rounds, which stinks. So check it out. We got 3. So what are we? We're seriously, that first round. Let me look at this real quick. So think about it. This weekend's the 9th. So we are exactly 2 weeks out from the first round in Houston, and then they're going back-to-back, 3 in a row in Houston, 3 in a row in Indianapolis. And notice, these are all considered East Coast rounds. And then round 7 is going to be in Orlando, still an East Coast round. But this is what's interesting. Check it out how it switches. The very next round is Orlando, but it's considered a West Coast round. So that's the first time you ever see West Coast rounds on East Coast tracks. But like I said, it's all because of everything that's happened in 2020. It's rolling over to 2021. And look at this. Daytona Beach is a West Coast round. And then it goes Arlington, Texas for 3 rounds. Back to, Atlanta for 3 rounds, and then ending 2 of them in Salt Lake City. But it's just interesting when seeing these. Atlanta is a West Coast round. So, anyway, wanted to throw that up and look at it. What are you guys' thoughts on the schedule? I think, hey, it's better than not having a Supercross series. It's looking like, are you guys planning on going to any races? Which races would you guys be going to? I was hoping to go to the California rounds while I was out there doing classes, but they're not happening. So I don't know if I'm going to make these first Houstons, but if I was to go to anything, obviously it would have to be a Houston round or an Arlington round, because Texas, I think, would be the closest place for me to get to if I decided to go. I'm not 100% sure yet if I'm going to make it to any rounds, but I'm definitely keeping it up and going. But hey, we're excited. We got a Supercross series to watch. I watch on the NBC Gold Card. That's how I watch all the races. Signed up like 2 years ago. I get all the Supercross races. I get all the outdoor races. And I forget what they charge you because it just rolls every year. But it's really not that expensive. We don't have cable. We get like local channels, and like we have one of those not the Fire Stick, but we have one of, it's just like internet TV. That's all we got. We're not big TV people. We just watch what we want to watch. So we pay for the dirt bike races because we want to watch the races. So I'll be watching it. I don't miss around. We're on it. So we're gonna be watching from the NBC Gold Card all the rounds. But check this out. I saw this up on I think it was maybe Racer X or somebody posted this. But check this out. So this is the 250 power rankings. So what do you guys think about this? Let's check this out. Let me get back up in the shot here. Let me hang out with you guys. Let me hang out a little bit. I don't need to be backstage right now. How much should I get down? Just a hair. Oh. All right, here we go. So what do you guys think? Look, this is who people are thinking. 250 Supercross power rankings. Austin Faulkner, Jet Lawrence, Cooper, Martin, Hampshire, Nichols, Craig, Martin, Mosman, and Shimoda. So what do you guys think? I think Lawrence up there for. I think these two are man. This is anybody you think should be on here that's missing. I think they got everybody on here, and I think I think Lawrence and Faulkner are going to be Cooper, Martin. Man, this is a tough class, huh? Craig. I think Craig might be a little stronger than 7th. I think Craig's going to be up there. I think he's going to be up there. So anyway, cool to just look at that list. I got the 450 list as well. Let's take a peek at that. And this, I looked at this earlier, and this class is so gnarly. Like, let's I'm gonna leave it hot. I'm gonna creep around the corner here for a second. But look at this list: Tomac, Webb, Roxton, Osborne, Cincerello, Anderson, Stewart, Barsha, Sexton, Muscan. Look at this: champion. All these dudes have championships. Champion. Even Anderson, champion. Top 6 dudes on that list have won championships. Sexton's got a championship. Has Muscan won a championship? He's got outdoor? Not 100% sure. But anyway, there's 8 riders in the top 10 who are champions. All these dudes could be winners. This is the gnarliest top 10 list you look at. Like, dude, to make a top 10, to be in the top 10 in 450 class is gnarly. These dudes are so gnarly. To get on the podium in this class is insane. These guys are so good. But anyway, they're thinking Tomac's going to be the strong guy. Cooper Webb, Roxton, Osborne. I honestly think Sexton's going to be up way higher than 9th. I think he's going to start maturing this year. I think we're going to see him moving up a little bit in the ranks. And I think Stewart is fast in Supercross, and he's killer in the whoops. I think Stewart's going to be a little bit stronger than a 7th place guy. I'm looking to see these guys up closer towards, I don't know if they're going to be winning races, but I definitely think they'll be fighting for those 3rds, 4ths, definitely on the podium. I hope to see Stewart on the podium because I like Stewart, and I think he's awesome. He's one of those dudes that has mad skills, and you just want to see him up there, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping Stewart's up there. I like to see Sexton up there. And I mean, all these dudes, it's hard not to like these guys. Roxton, Cincerello, Anderson, they're all sick to watch. So, hey, pretty cool. I think it's going to be an exciting year to watch these guys. So looking forward to that. And I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. There was one other thing, but I didn't put it up here. They had something about what manufacturers they thought were going to be the strongest, which was funny because if you looked at the rider list and then you looked at the manufacturers, they had all the riders. They didn't even match. So I'm like, wait, so if you think a Kawasaki rider is going to be first, why you have KTM first? I don't know. It was interesting. That's why I didn't put it up there. It makes sense. Anyway, let's jump right in. We're going to go to about 8 o'clock, so we got about 45 minutes to start banging out some questions. And like I said, if you're new here, thanks for being here. And if you've been here every week, thanks for hanging out, man. This is what we do. Our Moto Monday family. Breaking it down. But like I said before, throw up the question mark so I can see your guys' questions from the comments. And I'm going to start scrolling through. And try not to skip anybody. And if I skip you for some reason, just throw it back up. I don't do it on purpose. Sometimes I can't see good. All right, so let's see here. Let's see here. And also, if you guys want to just even respond to some of those Supercross rankings or whatever you want to throw up, like who you're thinking, throw it up there. Or if you have any questions about, like, let's talk Supercross. I mean, it's coming up 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away from the opener. And they're the funnest ones to watch because nobody really knows. Like, everybody's been training. Everybody's going hard. Sometimes people are on different teams, different bikes, and we were like, okay, who's going to be what this year? And then you kind of get that feel at the first round. So it's going to be exciting to watch. We're pumped here. All right. All right, here's Brian right here. Let's get Brian up here. We got Brian. He says, when you picking up that new Husky, I guess they're one at Donnell's showroom floor. I need to email them because they emailed me. Hopefully I'm picking it up in the next week, 2 max, because I'm ready to go. They emailed me, got everything worked out. They sent me over, you got to fill out the paperwork through Husky to pick it up. And then obviously the last email I sent to them, I got the automatic response, like, hey, we're out of town or away from our desk because of the holidays, And I haven't heard back from anybody since that last one, and I was right before Christmas. So I'm putting it, I like this. You boys are hooking me up. Email Husky. I'm putting it down right here because that wasn't on my list today, and I should have did that today. So there we go. Boom. I'll be hitting them up tomorrow, following up with that bike, but I'm hoping I get that thing ASAP. And I believe I'm getting it through Donnell's because that's the shop I told them that was closest to me that had Husky. So looking forward to getting a new bike, and I got to get a little heater for the garage so I can work on it because my garage is really cold right now. So we're going to be going to Lowe's and picking up it here. so I can work on it. So we got Adam Bennett with the super chat, going big right off the back here. He said, what out of here, dude? He said, take some of my stimulus check. Vito, hope all is well. That's too funny. So showing some love with the little stim check. So thanks, Trump, for showing some love to the American people. And thank you, Adam, for being a generous person. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here week after week, man. And we're glad you and Vidovsky are here. We love you guys. All right, let's see. We got Adam P up in the spot. Let's see what Adam has to say here. It says, was watching a video of you and Twitch and Sync at Hearts. First ever, it's funny, I saw this video too. First ever foam pit. What gear were you guys, what gear were you guys hitting that, first or second? And have you ever met Jacko's pet kangaroo? I've never met Jacko's pet kangaroo, so no to that. And then, so I saw this video as well too. Someone, I think Hart posted it, but someone else posted it and Hart posted it. But anyway, it was really fun to watch. Someone's been posting like really old freestyle stuff, so it's been cool to kind of just sit back and remember these days. This was the very first. So I don't know how much of the video you've seen, because there was one where we actually started at TJ Lavin's house on bicycles and we were flipping our bicycles. That was the day before. So basically, me and Twitch wanted to learn how to flip. Metzger called us up and said, I'm doing a flip. Metzger did like 5 in a row at his house off a ramp. Me and Twitch were like, dude, we got to learn it. Like, it's time. So Hart had a foam pit. So obviously we were like, hey, Hart, can we come up and use foam pit? A lot safer, right? So we went, Hart used to be roommates with TJ Lavin. Went over to TJ Lavin's house and we started flipping into the foam pit. So the first video, and they were posted separate, but anyway, it was cool to watch them both. We went there, started flipping into the foam pit on bicycles. The very next day, the video you're talking about, is me, Twitch, Sync, and Hart. And Big B, I think Big B was out there helping with the crane and stuff. This is the first time any of us ever tried, minus Hart. Hart already flipped, minus Hart. So me, Twitch, and Sync never flipped before. Super nervous, didn't know what to expect. But back then, we used, so that it was off the 45-foot ramp. That's what everyone started flipping. Eventually, everyone moved to the 75-footer, but then in the beginning, it was 45-foot. We used to jump that ramp in second. So that back then, we were second gear on a 250 two-stroke. But once we switched to 450s, we jumped that in first gear on a 450. A lot easier on a 450. You probably could still hit it in first on your 250 two-stroke. And you'd probably still be able to hit it, but we were second back then. It was weird. Even back in the day, when the first time we rode the Warped Tour together, it was me, Hart, Larry Linkhogel, Mickey Diamond, Trevor Vines was on that on the beginning, the first year with us. We used to jump. That ramp was only set at 65 feet. It wasn't even at, I don't even think it was at 70 feet, because we were always in small, tight venues. It was the first time we were on ramp to ramp. We used to jump that in third gear. That's how we started. Because we were all racers. Think about it, when you're a racer, you ride a gear up. You're always up a gear, trying to go fast. You don't want to rev out. So we were always lugging it. But then it was actually Twitch. Twitch was the first one to jump the ramp in second gear. I remember it was at Link Hogel's house. So we had a little setup down at Link's house. Twitch jumped it in second and on his 250. And he's like, dude, you got to hit it in second. It's way better than third. And he was right. And he was like, you can come up to it. You don't have to kind of like time it as much. He's like, you can come up to it a little bit faster. And then he's like, you just give it, like, hit it real hard. And he's like, second gear is a lot shorter than third. So it just kind of put you where you needed to put you. So we switched. Everybody started hitting it in second. So I think with the popper ramp, we originally started in second gear, but then we kind of moved down to first gear. So I think as we learn, like, think about it. We were the first dudes who did this. So we were the first guys who built the ramps, first guys who jumped the ramps, first guys who, went from 2-stroke to 4-stroke. Like, it was all new. So we had we started with what we knew, and then we learned and grew and figured out what was better. So second gear is always better on the 75-footer now, whether you're on a 250 two-stroke or a 450. And then first gear is better on a 450 on the 45 popper ramp. And that is the ramp we were flipping that day at Hart's house. It's super cool. You remember when Sync hit it? And he's just like, bam, he throws his goggles off and he's all hyped. That's the only one he did. He did it perfect. Never did another one. Never took it to dirt. Just got hyped that he did it one time. And we all would make fun of him that he never tried it again. We're like, dude, you just did it. That was his first one ever. You saw my first one in the pit. I got all upside down and was coming in I probably should have stayed on. I probably would have had it, and I panicked. It was taking so long to rotate. I was like, where am I? Where am I? And I just dove off. And Twitch backed out. Like, I know everybody was clowning him. He backed out. He did. He got nervous, which is weird because Twitch usually steps up and goes for it. But regardless if he got nervous and didn't do it that day, he got so mad at himself that he didn't do it that he, like, drove all the way back to Vegas the next weekend by himself. Well, not by himself, but he didn't bring me or, like, any. He went there with, like, I think him and Dawes went back. So it was just him and Dawes went back. Pretty much by himself, I mean, rider-wise. And went out and stuck him perfect. And Twitch, like, honestly, when we were looking, like, if you look at the militia crew, you had Deegan, me, and Twitch. And, I mean, there's Potter, there's a lot of other dudes, too. But we were the first three that flipped in that crew. Deegan, obviously, flipped first, then me and Twitch. Out of the three of us, Twitch had it the most natural. Like, he could flip really good. And he was good at flipping everything. He used to show up the contest. That's why Twitch did really good at a lot of events all the time, because he would flip everything. He'd be the guy that go out at the event and flip all the dirt jumps, flip everything, and just start throwing like super little combos off of everything. But there's a lot of guys that wouldn't step up, especially flipping dirt lifts. Twitch wasn't scared. So anyway, backed out the first day, came back and drilled it a week later, and like I said, became one of the most natural flippers in the game. And he's still like, Twitch is sick. He's got skills. All right. Sorry, long answer. But it's a good story. I mean, a lot of history there. All right, let's get Jeff. So my boy Jeff here. What up, brother? He said, what up, Ronnie Claus? You going to Houston for Supercross? So I kind of touch on this. I'm not sure. Like, I'm thinking about it. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Houston, maybe Arlington. If I do go to a Supercross this year, it definitely will be a Texas round. But I just kind of have to see how everything plays out here in this next few months. A lot going on here. All right, so we get Mike here. He says, have you seen Kenyon Richards' private motocross supercross track in Mays Landing? Actually, I have. So Kenyon Richards is a rider he's a 80 rider from New Jersey. Is it? I don't know if it is in Mays Landing. Is it in Mays Landing? I thought it was in Egg Harbor Township, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure where it's at because I've never been there. I thought it was in Egg Harbor Township, but either way, Egg Harbor Township, Mays Landing, it's all Atlantic County, real small place, really close to each other. I haven't been there, and it's super sick. So if you guys want to check out Kenyon Richards, I think it's Kenyon Richards 316, I think is his Instagram. He's a young up-and-coming rider from New Jersey, and he rails. And I think his dad like bought the pit. Like, I used to ride in that pit. That's why I thought it was EHC, because I used to ride there. If it's the same pit I'm thinking about, I think his dad bought the pit and they turned it into like a gnarly Supercross motocross track. It's like a full-on training facility. They ride there all the time. I even think he has a ramp set up, but it's sick. If I ever get back to New Jersey, would love to go out there and ride with him. But he's definitely got some skills. So be on the lookout for him in the up-and-coming days. Hey, Jersey's got some good dudes. Good guys come out of Jersey. Jersey's got good riding spots, that's why. You wouldn't think, because I think when people think New Jersey, they think New York City. We're from South Jersey. Different down there. Trees, hunters, dirt bikers. It's a whole different world in South Jersey. That's where we grew up. Even though it's that big and get across the state from Atlantic City to Philadelphia in 45 minutes, it's so little. But anyway, definitely good spots in New Jersey. All right, so we got XAFMB Moto. It says, what's the best way to flip if you don't have access to a foam pit? I always tell people don't even try unless you got a foam pit, because most likely you're going to crash your first one. And it's just so dangerous at the end of the day. Like, it's way harder than you think, and it is. You're risking a lot. Like, we did it because that's how we made a living. That's like, that was our career. So it's like, if you didn't flip, you couldn't really keep up with the competitions. You had to flip. You had to figure it out. I fortunately was able to use Kerry Hart's pit, and then me, Deegan, and I can't remember who else threw in on it. Maybe Twitch threw in on it. But anyway, we all split. We all built our own foam pit. We split it. Everybody kicked in like 5 Gs each, and it cost us like 20 grand, and we built it. But Metzger went out to the sand dunes, and that's the only other thing that I can think of that could be the next safest bet. Deegan tried it on wood chips, which wasn't very safe. I watched him hit the ground many times when he was trying it before he built the foam pit, and it didn't look fun. It made me not want to do it because he was struggling to learn it, and he was bouncing off the wood chips, and wood chips really ain't that soft. But Metzger, what he did, he took the 45-foot popper ramp and he drug it out. He brought it out to trailered it out to Glamis, and he butted it up next to like a step-up sand dune. So it created, so if you're jumping up the step-up, it takes the big gap out. So if you mess up, you're not falling so far from the sky, you know? So it butted up to like a tall dune. So now you're stepping up, creating, if it does go wrong, not a big drop. And if you're falling in the sand. Sand's always going to push and feel a lot softer than hard-packed dirt, even dirt with wood chips. So I think that's your best bet if you have access to some sand dunes. But at the end of the day, it's super dangerous, so be careful on how you do it. And go through the steps. Learn it on a bicycle. Learn it on a 50. Learn it on a 110. Then take it to your big bike. Just don't wing it on the big bike. Got to go through the steps. But you probably, here's the deal. I know we still spend a lot of money when we build our foam pit, but you could build a smaller one at the end of the day, you know. And go, if you need to get foam, find out the foam companies in your town and go buy the scraps, all the stuff they're throwing out. That's what we filled most of the pit with, scrap foam, and then got the good blocks on top. So it was able to cut the cost way back rather than filling it with all the good stuff. So a way to cut back some costs, looking for some scrap foam from a foam company in your town. All right, so let's see. We got Monster Raceworks here. He says, where and what style martial arts did you train in when you lived in South Jersey, and do you still train? So let's see. I trained, so I started training really early. I actually started training when I was like about 5 years old, and I trained in this Korean martial arts stuff called Muk Duk Kwan, and it was called Tang Soo Do. It was in Pleasantville, New Jersey. That's where I originally started. And I went from white to green, and then when I got the green belt, I switched to the New Jersey Black Belt Association. It was ran by Sensei Arteezy. What was Joey Arteezy, that was his name. Sensei Joey Arteezy, New Jersey Black Belt Association, and that style was called Goju-Ryu Karate Do, and I did the same thing. I started over, went from white, I went all the way to brown in that, and then I ended up moving to California, and then I started over again. I took a really long break, and then I started over, and so Goju-Ryu is an Okinawan style. And then when I started training in California, I started over again, and it was called Shorin-Ryu. So it was very similar to Goju-Ryu, and that's another Okinawa style. And then I started over at white, and then I went all the way to black, and then moved to Kansas. So since I moved to Kansas, I haven't trained. But I love martial arts. Always, like I said, trained since I was a little kid. Took some breaks in between, but I miss it. It's one of those things, you know. It's grew up with it, and you do it, and yeah, when you're not doing it, you miss it. So, but haven't found anywhere to train out here. I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. I've been so busy with all the other stuff. It's a big move, and we've only been here for a couple years. But hey, maybe soon, someday down in the future, maybe I'll be training somewhere. If not, maybe I'll just get me a little bag up at the house when we get the shop set up. I'll be banging on the bags again. But definitely, it's good for you, man. Love the martial arts. All right, let's get John up here. He said, what's your favorite racing number and why? Wait, what's your favorite racing number and why? Good story. So I don't know if you heard the 26 story, or is that why you're saying good story, or you're saying you want me to tell you a good story? My favorite racing number is 26. That's why I run it. And if you haven't heard the story, then go check it out. I have a video on my YouTube channel called I think it's the story behind the number 26, and it's just cool. Real quick, just at the end of the day, 26. I wanted a number that meant something. Be short version. I wanted a number that meant something to me, and when I was gonna go race off-road trucks, and there wasn't any numbers available that seemed like they meant anything. I randomly picked number 26, thinking I was just gonna pick 26, and come to find out, if you Googled the meaning of number 26, it means this is crazy. It means, well, it's in the English alphabet, numerical and alphabetical, God equals 26. So God equals 26. Interesting if you put up those numbers. But then even in the Hebrew language, God is Yahweh, and in Hebrew, in alphabetical and numerical, it equals 26 as well. So I thought that was crazy. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's insane. But then I realized that my grandfather, that my dad's dad, Big Feist's dad, was born on the 26th. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. My grandfather, and I never got to meet him. I always, always was bummed I never got to meet him. I heard a lot. He was the chief of the fire department, died in the line of duty, gave his life serving others. So I just always respected him. And so it was cool that I was like, wait, I picked that number thinking it didn't really mean nothing to me. Here it equals God in 2 different languages. It's my grandfather's birthday number, and it was Jeremy Luss's birthday number. Jeremy Luss was born on the 26th as well. So that was cool because I didn't realize that when I picked the number. And someone else told me one day when I told the story, they commented, they're like, hey, Mike Sinkmar was born on the 26th as well. And I'm like, me and Mike were very close as well. And both Sinkmars and Jeremy Luss have passed away. So anyway, short version, but check it out. I gotta get a little more details, but that's in a nutshell. So 26 is my number. So I'm rocking it. There you go. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh, so I got Fred up here. What up, Fred? All right, so Jeff's going round 1 and 2. I'm seeing. So Thomas is going to the Indiana race. Eric Davis maybe doing Arlington. Yeah, Texas. All right, here we go. Here, a couple question marks. Wait, oh wait, never mind. Sorry, I thought that was a question for a second. Nate's got the question marks next to his number, so every time I see your name, I'm like, oh wait, question? Yeah, Trey Kennard is sick. All right, here we go. Right here. Grizzly Films. He says, how's it going, fights? Are you going to be doing any more FMX how-to videos? Yeah. All right. So yes. So here's the deal. I haven't been able to film anything, obviously, because of the weather here in the Midwest. It's just been, there's snow on the ground still. So, but here's the deal. Soon as it clears up, we're gonna get back to doing some how-to videos, and I want to do some more moto ones. But I'm definitely going to do some FMX ones. I know I want to do just even how to jump a ramp properly, and maybe some how-tos on some different tricks. So now that I know, maybe if I have chance, because I do have a California trip coming up, but it's real short. I'm in and out, and I got to teach one day. So if I do get out, if someone's riding the ramp, maybe Taka or somebody, maybe I can get them to do another how-to, because I know I got Taka to do. He did like 1 or 2 for me. I can't remember how many I posted up. I might have only posted 1. I can't remember. But I think the one that we did was how to do a double can Indy with Taka. So maybe I can try to get someone to do one while we're out there. But definitely, yes. Definitely going to do more of those. Here's Big Nate. He's like, sorry, it's all good, dude. Every time I see it, I'm like, wait. All right, here we go. So what do we think about some of the, so we got the AFB. What do you think about the gas? I think a gas is basically a red KTM, red Husqvarna. I haven't looked at one up close, but kind of just if you look at it in the photos, is what it looks like. So they're probably good because both KTM and Huskies are good. So I would think they're just red, same bike, probably really similar to either or, just got a different color. I like the red, to be honest with you. I think the red looks good, especially with the shift gear. I like the Geico Honda team. I think they always look really good every year. All right, so let's get John Matthews up here. He said, Joe Feist, were there any tricks that you tried or worked on that you never got but wish you would have dialed in? Yes, for sure. But I'm talking about, let me read the rest of it. For sure. Or anything new perhaps that maybe only you were trying. All right. So were there any tricks that I worked on but never really dialed in? Yeah, so here's the deal. I remember I was trying to learn McMetz's, and I did them, but I was sketchy at them, and I wasn't that good at them. They're scary to me. And I remember I crashed at Metzler's house one day. Twitch was there when I did it. I did a McMets, but for some reason, all right, so McMets, for people who are like, what's a McMets? You're going to basically do a bar hop with both feet. Once both feet clear the bar, you're going to double saran wrap. So then you have to remove if you're holding on like this, you're going to go through, out with your legs, double saran wraps, and then you got to put your hands got to go around your legs. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, when I did like this and I was moving my hands around my legs to grab back on the bars, for some reason I grabbed onto the bar like this with my throttle hand, and I landed, and it went rah, and whiskeyed me, flipped me off the back, boom, got KO'd, knocked me out so bad. Hadn't one of those ones when you crash and you have no clue what happened. Didn't know what trick I was doing, didn't know where I was, didn't know I was riding, and I X-twitched like 10 times what happened. And he kept telling me, like, dude, I just told you. So that was one trick that I wish I would have got dialed in, but it spanked me, and then I didn't really want to do it after that. Another one I would say was the 360. A long journey learning it. I got crashed many times, crashed 3 times before I even landed my first one. And after I got it, I didn't really want to do it again. It was another one that just kind of haunted me. It would have been good if I would have had that one dialed and felt confident in it. That one's like boosts you up in the ranks real quick. So, because no one else was doing them. So there was always those tricks. Like if you had that one trick, like when the flip first came out, you could go do a normal freestyle run, throw in one flip, and automatically either win or be on the podium. It's kind of how 360 was, because no one was doing it. So if you could go out and do your run, do a couple flip tricks, boom, throw 360 in, you'd be up on the podium, definitely maybe in the winner's box. So I wish I would have dialed that one in, because that would have bumped me up in the up on the podium many more times. But it was one of those ones I never felt really super comfortable in it, and when I finally landed it, I was kind of like, I'm just good. Got that one off my back, done deal. And other than that, I always wanted to learn holy grabs, and I never could get those that good. My double grabs were always just, they never really felt that good either. So I just, going from the bars back, I used to get like, do a double grab and try like these little weak rock solids, but I never could figure out how to go from the bars to the seat in one motion. So anyway, there's a couple. I probably could think about more, because when you're a competitor, you want to basically have everything in your book, and you try everything. It's not like you see someone do it and you don't try it. You're like, okay, let me try that one, and you try to figure it out, and sometimes you can't. And it's weird. Like, everyone's different. There was tricks that were hard for me and then easy for Twitch, and there was tricks that were easy for, and vice versa. I'd be like, man, that was hard for me, and did I say that right? Easy for me, hard for Twitch, easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do bar hops were easy for me back in the day, and so were kiss of death. And then someone else like Deacon couldn't do bar hops. That wasn't even in his trick list. That didn't work for him. You know what I mean? But then I would struggle a little bit with double grabs. But then you look at someone like Mason, and he has every grab. That's all he could do. Or I don't want to say all he could do, but that's what his strong point was. His grabs were his strong point. They came easy to him versus. So that's what I say, versus other tricks coming easy to other riders. So everybody's different. You just kind of have to find. I was good at flip tricks and swinging off the bars versus touching the seat. I was strong. If my hands were on the bars still, all my best tricks were bar tricks. Versus a guy like Mason, where his best tricks were seat grab tricks. He was always good at touching the seat. So I don't know why it works that way. I guess we're all different. But when you realize, like I would realize, hey, I need to work on my grab. Like, it was an area that I tried to focus on. It just became harder. It was harder for me. They didn't come as easy. Like I said, bar hop, double can, double knack, kiss of death. Those ones felt a lot easier than holy grab, rock solid, that type of stuff. All right, so we got V Dubsky up in here with the big super chat. He says, "Happy New Year, brother. Hey, Ronnie, what do you think of the pictures of the Faisst replica pit bike I sent you? Waiting on gut racing to get back with me with the white matching seat. If anyone knows where I can get black rims for the 110, email me." Yeah, I don't know about, so I'm not 100% sure. I did see the photo zone. It's looking good, man. So I'm excited to see when it's all dialed in. You need to send me a pic, and then we can post it up. Like, I put one of these little screenshots up here of the school dates and stuff. We'll let everybody see it. Fidusky, you've been working on this bike for a while now, so we got to get it up here and let everybody check it out. But it's basically like a replica of my bike. He's dialed it in. And what is it? Is it a Yamaha? Is it a little Yamaha? Is that what it is? Is that TTR? But anyway, it looks like my bike. It's just a mini version. So you're making me jealous, dude, because I don't got one. I got a little 50 with no graphics on. I need to get some graphics for mine too. Mine's blank. But thanks for the love, B-Dub. Appreciate the super chat. And we're gonna post that out when we get it finished, so we all can check it out. All right, so I got Lauren here. He says, how do you think Roxon's going to do? I'm hoping he wins the championship. I mean, I've always been a Roxon fan and always hope I would see him come back to win a championship after everything he's been through. So I'm definitely always pulling for him. It'd be interesting to see how he does, though, because I think he's in a different place in life right now. Like, I mean, he has a new baby. So sometimes it's just like, where's his head at right now? I don't know. I think we'll see very early in the season. I think he has all the talent in the world and all the potential, and I love to see him up there. So I hope he does well. I would love to see him win a championship. But let's just see, because sometimes the kids, I feel like sometimes I've seen the kid. I feel like I've seen that probably more than anything is the kids motivate the riders. They have a kid and then they charge it because they're like, man, I'm gonna go out here and do it for my kid. And then sometimes other people get married, have kids, and they kind of fall back a little bit, and they're kind of like, you know what, I'm, been doing this in a while. I want to keep it safe. I want to be here for my family and my kids, and then they back it down. So I think we'll just have to wait and see what he looks like, but he's definitely got skills. And I'm sure all you guys have been seeing all the posts. Him riding, he looks on point. He's sick. Definitely one of my favorite to watch. Let's get Fred up here. Let's say you should do a post-ride cleanup. All right, so he says you should do a post-ride cleanup bike maintenance video. Yep, that is a great idea for sure. Just an idea for some stuff. It's amazing how some guys go overkill and others not so much. Yeah, I agree. Post cleanup bike maintenance. I think that's good. We could go over the basics, the basic maintenance of just keeping what everybody should do every single time before you get on your bike. Should be a quick little overview. And then same thing, how to clean a bike. People always say, how do you get your bike to clean? I always hear that from people. I got a white bike and it's always gleaming. And I use Simple Green. I'm old school. I got Simple Green and a brush. That's all I use. But it works. That's Big Feist. I got that from Big Feist when I was a mini rider. He's been using Simple Green since I was a kid. And I still use it. It works. They probably have some really fancy bike cleaner stuff out there. But, hey, I got to buy a gallon from Lowe's, and I'm in the game. My bike's looking good. All right, let's get Adam back up here. It says, what are your favorite memory of touring with the Metal Militia? Flesh, that would be it's Flesh Wound Films, or what? So favorite memory of touring with the Metal Militia, Flesh Wound Films. Huh, man, that's a tough question there, because there's a lot of fun tours. It's hard to narrow it down. Like, what is the best? I would just say the crusty tours in Australia were the best. So they were fun, because that was the early years of freestyle. It was with the guys from Flesh Wound Films. It was just fun. It was just I feel like just the beginning of freestyle in general were some of the funnest years, because everything was new. It's like we were the guys that got to like make up the tricks, name the tricks. No one got to see it. So when we showed up somewhere, we were always doing stuff for the first time. And the Australian crowd Australia's just fun, and the Australian crowd they go nuts. So it's a fun crowd to ride in front of, and a fun tour to be on. So if I probably just real quick off the top of my head, I would say the crusty tours in Australia were probably some of the funnest tours that we ever do, and probably some of the best crowds we ever rode in front of. It was sold out every time. It was nuts over there. It was awesome. Good times. And it was fun afterwards. We had a good time with the Australians. They love to hang out. All right, so we got Howard here. He said, hey, Ronnie and Mel, just popping in to say hi. So Howard's working. So what's up, my brother? I'm glad you're doing good. Thanks for popping in. Don't work too hard tonight, but thanks for stopping by, dude. That's pretty cool, huh? People just dropping in to say what up. This like Brian got the stimulus check. He's getting some new Tech 10s. So he went with the stiff boots, because I remember we were talking about the track. We're talking about Tech 10s versus Fox boots. And I wore Tech 10s, and now I wear Fox boots. And so we got talking a little bit. So my advice was, if you like a little bit stiffer boot, go with a Tech 10. If you want something a little bit softer, maybe go with the Fox boot. So he went with the stiffies. But either way, both boots are awesome boots. I wore them both. Love my Fox boots, but I will be honest, they are a little bit softer than Tech 10s. Tech 10s are the first day you ride in those things, you're going to be missing shifts, and you're going to go to brake, and you're going to be able to feel your brake pedal. You can ride in a Fox boot the first day, and they feel broken, they feel normal. That's the only difference. But the Tech 10s will break in nice. You'll be able to feel everything once you get some couple rides in them. All right, so we got KS here. If I pray hard, will you please be my boyfriend? Wait, never. I don't know how that popped up. Wait a second. I was meant to pop this one up, and I don't know how that was happening. Yeah, I'm married. Look at we got married. Got the wifey. So that's too funny that the never popped up. All right. All right, so we got Curtis here. So Curtis here had the so he's asking my knee. How's my knee? My knee's doing all right, not bad. Mine was messing with me earlier this year. My foot actually hurts today. I tripped going up the steps today. Kicked the step, broke my toe. I felt like it's not broke, but it felt like it. But my knee's doing better. How's your knee doing? He had ACL surgery last year. How's the gym workout going good in the gym? Hey, I'm getting back to being consistent again. That's a good thing. You got to stay consistent, and I'm finally back. Even Mel's back in it. Mel's downstairs. We got the home gym downstairs, so she's back in it. I'm back in it. We're staying with it. It feels good you got to keep the body moving. It feels good to train. I love training, and love being consistent. So, and then, all right, so here, last part. What's my current program like? This is, I'll be honest with you. I'll get in there. I'm going straight to abs for warm-ups. I warm up with abs, and then I'm kind of going old school. I'm like, if I'm doing shoulders, I go through, I'll hit like 5 different shoulder exercises, and then boom, I jump on the bike, and I kind of spin out 20 minutes as fast as I can on the bike. And then the next day I'll go in, warm up with abs, and then I'll go, boom, 5 chest worked out, spin out on the bike. So I've been doing it like that. So I basically shoulders one day, chest one day, back one day, and then I'll maybe repeat some stuff and throw in some buys in here or there. But I've been kind of going like that, old school. But I always start with abs and warm up, and then I always do my 5 exercises, and then I'll do spin out on the bike 20 minutes, fast as I can. Pin it. That's my deal. I like to go wide open on that bicycle. But so like I said, my routine isn't really intense these days. It's basically what a retired freestyle guy's training schedule looks like. I'm like, hey, I'm just happy to get in the gym and get a little workout in. But it's good. Hey, you keep moving that body. It's good. I think I'll always train though. I've noticed that every time that I'm in the gym, I love it. I love working out. I love feeling the burn. I love getting pumped. I love training. I always have. And I think I will always be that dude who always go to gym. As long I'll be like, my dad still goes to the gym. My dad's 70-some years old. He's still in the gym. I guarantee you when I'm in my 70s, I'll still be in the gym. I'm going to train hard all the way, or at least as hard as I can. I'm not going to say I train hard because I compare how I train now compared to what I did when I competed, and I don't train hard now. I'm just in there, but that's the point. Stay in there. Stay with it. You got to stay with it. Good for the heart. All right, let's get Danny B up here. So how long is too long to be in a 250 class where you likely won't get a 450 ride? Thinking Christian Craig, loves seeing him on a 450 outdoor. Man, that's a good question. How long is being in the 250 class too long? I feel like, I don't even know, dude. I feel like at some point they have to move up, right? They just push you out of that class. They're like, yo, get out. You're sandbagging. I don't know how it really works before they just boot you out of the class. But, Christian Craig was on the 450 last year, huh? Was he on the 250 list that we popped up? Let's look at that. Oh, wait, they were the power rankings. Let's pop that up real quick again. Yeah, they got him in the... So he is. He's riding 250. Huh. Yeah, you would think Christian Craig at this point would be a 450 dude because he has been in the 250 class for a long time. But yeah, I don't know when if there is really a cutoff. They probably have rules. I guarantee they have some type of rules, and maybe it has to do with your points or obviously winning a championship or something like that. But he definitely did look pretty smooth on that 450. All right, let's get Fred up in here. He says, I was watching an old video of Bierman and Durham called The Smoking Section. At the end, Bierman was mimicking the Kung Fu Fights karate kick and shooting, paying a tribute. Really? That's funny. I didn't see that. I'll have to look for that. So I'm gonna have to find that video. So what's it? It's called the smoking section. So that's sweet. Hey, Bierman's cool. And Bierman's got style. Hey, someone like Bierman's giving me some love. That's pretty cool because he's got sick style. I think him and Axel have really similar style, but they're really fun to watch. They have the sick turn-ups, super big whips, but got skills. Definitely one of the best in the free ride game for sure. And hey, shout out to Dorham too. Dorham's is another one that's sick. He's sick. He came out to that Red Bull event here in Kansas a couple months ago. He did crash on the big dog, but before he went down, he was looking solid. He's got style too, so a little shout out for Dorham as well. Cool dude. All those dudes, super cool. All right, so let's get Big Bang here. He says, cool to know you're into surfing. Did you watch the pipeline contest? Remember Slater coming to the Krusty show in Sydney? Man, I didn't see the pipeline contest, but I do love to surf. Don't get to surf enough, but I do enjoy it. And man, I don't know if I got a chance to meet him at the Krusty show. I wish I would have I don't think I met him, but man, that would have been cool to meet him. I know I met him before, but I don't remember meeting him at the Krusty. I'm like, I feel like I met him in LA at a restaurant one time. I just seen him hanging out and he said, what up? But another legend right there, Kelly Slater. Or maybe I did talk to him at a contest or at the Krusty show. Anyway, legend. One of the best ever. All right, so we got Thomas Kimberly here. He says, hey, dude, would you want to do a private class at my track? Because my son is so pumped from the class you did that he's ready for another since he's riding faster now. Yeah, definitely open to it. I need to come up there. Why not come up and check it out and see how it looks? Definitely open to it. So this is what I was thinking for the Midwest classes. I was originally last year going to do one of the classes at Hillsdale. There's a private track in Hillsdale, and it's pretty good. And then I ended up using the owner of the Hillsdale track was also partners in the Grain Valley track, and all his equipment was there. So that's why we switched. We originally had a class that was going to be there, and then he's like, no, all my equipment's at Grain Valley, my water truck. So then we were like, oh, well, we can't do a class with no water truck. It's going to be a dust pit. So then we ended up switching and doing them at Green Valley. But now he's got all his equipment back down at the Hillsdale class or Hillsdale track. And I hit him up at the end of last year, and he's open for me doing them there. And the Green Valley guys are still open for me doing them there as well. So I know those two tracks, and the Baser track's always available as well. But I'm going to try to see if I can use the Green Valley and the Hillsdale as my Midwest classes, and maybe Baser or Tonganoxie. You know, they're right next door to each other. It's actually in Tong. I always had it listed on. I actually changed it today on the website because I'm like, that's not right. The address is really Tonganoxie, and I advertised it as Baser all last year. But anyway, open to it, Thomas Kimberly. So let's come up there and check it out. And I'd love to come up and just work with you. And so both him and his son have been to classes last year. So I'm stoked your son's excited to get in another class and stoked to hear that he's riding faster now. So, and he did awesome. His son came out and rode at the Green Valley class last year in the mud. And he was on the 50 and he killed it. So shout out for hanging tough in the mud with the big boys on the big bikes. But definitely can't wait. We're gonna kick. Here's the deal. Think about it. It's January already. We got 2 months of the cold, and then things are gonna start warming up here, and we're gonna be kicking off classes here in the Midwest real soon. So it'll go by quick. So we'll be back in action here real quick. All right. So we got V-Dub here with the super chat. He says, I'm working on the new joint donation project with a friend. She had an idea of going to the track and talking with some friends, asking if they had any good used old gear they wanted to donate to help folks out that ride, but I don't have or can't afford gear. Any suggestions? DM me. I could definitely donate some old gear. So V-Dub, hit me up hit me up. If that's what, as long as I've read that right, you're looking for donate some old gear for some old people. I definitely can hook you up, brother. So DM me, and I'll make sure we get you out a set of gear for some people. That's and any suggestions? I'm trying to think who else might be open to. I mean, it's so hard to get a hold of some of these good. I could say, hey, DM Deegan, but good chance that like he probably gets 500 DMs a day. He probably might not see it. But if anyone else has any old gear and they want to help out V-Dub and his friends, definitely DM him, and let's donate some gear, help some people out. But hit me up, V-Dubski. I got you, brother. All right, so we got a few minutes left. All right, here we go here. Grizzly Films, what's the best to cover my landing ramp in carpet or artificial grass? The landing ramp, huh? Actually, man, we never used to put we never put anything down on our landings. But you're saying landing ramp. So so I'm assuming you got a ramp to ramp, and you want to put some type of covering on it. The way most of our landing ramps were, they would have like a really thick wood base, but then they would be painted with like a rhino grip, almost like a spray bed liner. Or sometimes just paint it with like dirt in it. So they had some type of grip. I would think carpet would probably be better than artificial grass, because we've used carpet on our run-ins before. That's where we used to just, dirt landings are always the best. But if you're using it to like as a portable landing ramp and you want some type of grip, I would think carpet would be a little bit better than artificial grass, because I don't know how grippy that is. But we used to use carpets on run-ins, and you get really good traction on it. It can wheelie, so I don't think that would be a bad way to go. All right. All right, so here we got Eric Davis here, and we're getting close to 8 o'clock, so let's just get this, and we'll see if anybody else has one. I want to keep you guys. All right, most interesting time or story at the tattoo shop. So, interesting time or story at the tattoo shop. I haven't got tattooed in so long. I'm like, man, it's been a while since I've been in the tattoo seat. So, man, I know I got my butt tattooed. So, that was an interesting time at a tattoo shop. But that was probably one of the most intense pains, right where your back of your leg and your butt cheek touch, that little crease right there. It did not feel good. It feels like someone's burning you with a torch. So I definitely remember that one. All right. Let's get V-Dub back up here. My best trick is the fall guy. All right. Did I get everybody? Because we're at 8 o'clock here. I'm kind of going fast, just looking. I think I got everybody for the most part. Yeah, so I'm just I kind of scrolled through real quick at the end. So definitely Curtis, definitely down for a workout. And Lauren, definitely open for some one-on-one. Probably are going to be able to do some of that at Hillsdale this year. So definitely down for that. So email info@Ronnie. Oh, I don't have that on here. Anyway, info@Ronnie Faisst MX is how we can talk for coaching. And I think we're good. Looks like Trent's saying who's sandbagging? Who's sandbagging? Who are you talking about? Craig? Is Craig sandbagging? Anyway, hey guys, it's 8:01. Thanks for hanging out, man. I enjoy being here with you guys every Monday night, talking about moto, answering all your guys' questions. So hey, if you're not able to watch the live and you're just catching up afterwards, hey, give it a thumbs up, leave a question. I'll try to get back to it this week. And thank all you guys for watching and being a part of the RFMX family right here on Moto Mondays. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. Central Time. We love you guys. Ride safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.